Okay, so we're looking at 16 places you can farm for a smithing stone, 2, 3, or 4 from enemies today in this video here. So the first place we're going to go to is the Gael tunnel. This is my favorite, probably a lot of people's favorite for 2, 3s, and 4s. They seem to just drop like crazy here, so I'm going to show you how to get over there too, because it's kind of a hidden spot here. Now the grace you see right there that I just went past, that's actually the back door to this place, but when you first get in there, the door's going to be locked. And so we're going to go to the front door and unlock the whole place. So this is kind of a long video. I cut it down. I made a 2-hour video, which is crazy, and showing 1s through 8s. And so I'm trying to cut them down to be a little shorter, but this is still the longest one out of all the ones I cut. So I'll try to stay awake and while doing this. But the first thing you want to do when you get over here is grab this grace here, because it's a tricky way down to this place, as you'll see here. And for the most part, I'll be using like the Silver Scarab Talisman and maybe a Silver Pickled Foulfoot and things like that to up my discovery. So I'm usually around 200, 250, so I can get these drops. But things that you probably won't have access to this early in the game, of course, other than the Silver Pickled Foulfoot, I'd say. So now you need to jump here toward the wall. But that's okay, so you grab the grace that was close there, so we just need to make some jumps here to get to the bottom. That should have been a jump right there because I was right on the edge. But this place is just fun. I mean, you get tons of drops, at least I do every time I get there, and there's different ways you can run it, but I just take these guys out like this. I like using Gravitas, though, Ash of War there. It'll take everybody above and below and all around me, so. And there's an octopus there in the background there, so in the big room. If you haven't been in there before, make sure you go in there. There's a big surprise in there for you. But you can see the miners will drop 4s, and the soldiers will drop 2s and 3s. And it just seems like they do it all the time. Like they'll just be dropping them. I mean, one time I had went through here and I got a bunch of drops, but they were all mushrooms. I swear. I was like, what? Because, like that. Yeah, like the game was trolling me or something. But usually it's not. Usually you get really good stuff in here. So a good place for your 2, 3s, and 4s. It's right over the border, Limgrave's right there, and once you get in here, you figure out a route to get these guys. It's no problem. By now you probably figured out how to two-hand a weapon so you can take out miners better than bouncing your weapon off of them, one-handing it. Here's another fun place here. I think we're going to take care of all the Caelid, then we'll work up to Liurnia, and then we'll probably come back and bounce around a little bit in Limgrave. So I like this one because, I don't know, I just kind of like the atmosphere too. I mean, they've got this great big bonfire going here. But these guys are 2, 3s, and 4s too. I'm trying to get them to come over here because there's a fire chariot down below, which can drop 3s. If you're lucky, see him down there. But he kind of bugs me when I'm at the very end going for the grace. So. There, I got 2, 3, and 4 in that one. Usually I don't even bother with the fire chariot. I just take these guys out. I'll show you another place for the fire chariot if you'd like to farm those guys here in a second. But they just give me a little bit of a headache dealing with them. I still can't believe I can put this Ash of War on his Y-hander. It's crazy. It looks like I did some overkill there. But it's a fun spot, so. Now this is where the chariots are, the fire chariots if you want to farm them or whatever they call them. You see I'm using a silver pickled falfa right there, you know, raising my discovery by 50 to help me out with these guys. The trick is you gotta get right on them and get a backstab, otherwise they'll take off and then you're just, you have a big headache. See, I missed the backstab, but I was lucky there and got him. Now then I just cut across here and get the guy right in the back here. Usually works pretty good, as long as it locks onto the right guy, because his back is to me. For these guys, when they do drop a shiny, it's Smithing Stone 3, so. I usually get on Torrent here and I run over here and jump behind this guy, but for some reason I just decided to run it. It actually worked out. He started shooting at me and then I was able to get behind him. Got another 3, so. Well, that's farming these guys here. This is a good little place if you like to farm imps. They have the lowest drop rate, I think, though. But these guys will drop 4s. And it seems like when I farm them, they seem to always do it quite regularly. So we'll take a run through this place here. I don't like that it has a lift though, but this slows it down. But for some reason I get pretty good drops on these 4s here. When we get up to the lift here, I'm going to point out when we get down here that there's a Ghost Glovewort 4 that you can run past pretty easily and totally miss down here. Right there. It'll be there if you haven't picked it up yet in that area that I was running. I don't think we're going to get any more 4s out of this guys from this run, but it just keeps going around here. Now we're skipping clear over on the other side of Liurnia. I have the lakes, the roads and catacombs. More imps, right? I'm going to show you how to get here though, because it's around the side, so it's kind of tricky. When you first get to this grace, so be careful you're going to get an invasion, so you want to get in here. I think you can grab the grace before you have to deal with them though, if I remember right. And I'm pretty sure there's a beetle along the way here you'll get to whack for something as well. That guy always gets me right there. Most of these walls here that you see, they're going to be illusionary walls, so you have to whack them to get them to open, even the way out of here. Or the way to the boss, I mean. There's a couple there. And usually coming up here, these 2 guys on the wall, they seem to always drop a shiny for some reason to me. But nothing good that time. And then on the leaving here, this is the boss way to the boss door, so you gotta go through that illusionary wall there. I always forget and I'll wander around for an hour trying to figure out how to get out of here, or find the boss anyway. But there, see, they do drop smithing 2s too. So now the Liurnia Lakeshore course, you can get here earlier over here to the whole Liurnia Lakes by riding around the castle instead of going through it. And this is gonna be one of the first farms you find, is these soldiers here. They'll drop 1, 2s, and 3s. Of course, as you know, it's all just RNG, so getting anything to drop is rare, and getting these to drop what you want to drop is even rarer, it seems like. So this is another spot where you get 1, 2s, 3s. Gotta show you how to get over there first, though. It's kind of tricky. So we're just gonna use a teleporter here from this grace here, the Lakes Ruins. There's another fire chariot here that we can get for 3s, but the soldiers drop them all the time too, so. So hopefully my commentary is not too boring. I'm just trying to stay awake for half an hour on this one, so I can say something here and there. There's some more 3s. This guy is who usually drops the 3s though, but you can get 1s too. Now there's other of these guys here roaming around, but I don't even include them in the farm. I just go right there and go right down the thing. There's a couple more wanderers around here, but I don't bother with them. Now this place here, I have fond memories of being a much better drop place than it has become. So it doesn't have very good drop rates now. And when I was farming, usually I'd run every place, you know, like 20, 30 times. But I hardly got anything, and I'd only get 1s and 3s. But there's a place close by here that's even worse though, which is, I didn't put in the video, the cliff bottom catacombs. I ran that like 30 times and I got 1 3. In my discovery I was running like 250. It was terrible. So I decided not to put in the video because it was like a 5-minute run too. But this run's pretty easy, and then you get to go up and down, but I wouldn't recommend this place at all anymore. Don't get nothing. Terrible drop rates for this one. And stay away from the cliff bottom catacombs for farming. Unless you're looking for an omen cleaver or a warped axe, because there's tons of omens running around in there. But otherwise just stay away. Now some people will notice that this is the actual location where if you beat the boss at this place, you'll get the bell bearing for the 1s and 2s for smithing stone 1 and 2 to buy from the Twin Maidens. But we're not using it for that. We're just coming here to show all these guys out here. This again is another place where I remember you'd go from this side so they're all got their back to you. And then I used to get tons of drops on 1s and 2s, but now it just seems like it's such a pain to get anything. So as long as the mausoleum is up bong and it's bong, these guys will be here out to farm, but once you drop it, they'll disappear, of course. Yeah, I'm using an in-game weapon here. You get it after you beat the game, but just to deal with these guys. I can't tell you how long it took me to get that too. It used to be fun, now it's not, so no. Now this place, they still drop, they got these two wandering miners out here. They still drop 2s and 3s. You know, miners have the higher drop rate, but I have no idea what they're doing out here. There just doesn't seem, you can find mines, you know, for 1s and 4s and 5s and 6, 7, 8s, but where's a 2 and 3 mine? With miners in it, you know? You got these two guys here. Maybe they're making the mine. Maybe someday there'll just be a big mine here where you can farm these guys. Because otherwise I have no idea what they're doing out here. But if you want a pain, here's a real good one for you here. These crayfish or crawfish or wherever they are, lobsters. These things, they have a good drop rate for 2s, right? For smithings on 2s. They're really hard to beat, so you'd think they'd be dropping like 8s or something. Now that made that one look easy. And this is an endgame character, right? So early game, they kill you one shot. Just one shot, boom, you're dead. But I have a hard time with them with the endgame character, and I was like, geez. So if you like a challenge, go for these guys, because yeah, they drop 2s, but it's such a pain, so... So we got here another mine for 4s. So just like the Gael tunnel, the miners would drop 4s there and the soldiers drop 2s and 3s. These miners here will drop 4s for us. So there's actually 2 mines for the 4s. But think about it, there's actually 2 mines for the 5s too. So make sure you look up the playlist for these. I'm going to put them in a playlist because like I said earlier, I think, I can't remember anymore. So I got the smithing stone 5, 6, 7, 8 as well out there. So these big long ones, because I have other videos that are much older, but these big long ones I'm just doing here. Now this one is one that was in the smithing stone 1 video, right? So this is a 2 and a 1 place after you get past the boss. So I'm including it here because there are 2s in it. They do drop 2s, so I'll throw this one in here too. Just wait for them to blow their horn. I'll come run in and just take care of them. So hopefully you find something in the video helpful for you today, and hopefully my commentary, hopefully you didn't turn it off yet. Or maybe you did right after I started talking. So I'm just trying to stay awake, I think. But here's another one. This is a terrible spot, but I'm going to put it here just to remind myself never to go here. Because these slimes in here will drop 2s. But the farm it's a long farm. There's poison everywhere. It's just a nightmare place. But I'll throw it here that way and remind myself never to ever go here again. Now you look for those purple flowers right there that you saw. There's a purple flower there, so you know right after that flower is one. And they're pretty weak to fire, but I think all you get is glass shards. Well, when you use fire, but pretty much glass shards all the time. There's another purple flower we just went by. Another one, that's it, just those 2 guys. These guys shoot poison at you all day. You just want to get out of here and never come back. Right now we're going to the behind the castle at Morn Castle. More slimes. When I saw this, my brain was saying, didn't you just do this one? I was like, yeah, I did. It was in the smithing 1 video because they drop 1s and 2s. We're going to run through this place first. Because I'm pretty sure I run through without taking any damage to show you where these guys are. Or where the grace is, and then where they are. Oh, he almost got me, but I missed. See, that wasn't too bad. So it's a short run. You just use the fast travel back on these guys. It's just 3 of them, 2 here, and 1 up on the bridge. Of course, weak to fire, so use fire when you can. Watch out for those guys. But yeah, 2s and 1s. It's a good early place, especially early game. You know, to get your 1s and 2s up on your sword or your weapon, whatever you're using. Okay, now we're going to be farming at Caria Manor here. First thing though I need to do, because I always forget, is how to get over to this place. So I'm going to show it. Even though earlier in the video you saw half of the way to get here. So getting to this location. But we're going to go the full way. So we're going to start down here like we already did before, but that way we have a complete way to get to the manor. So if I forget, I just have to watch this video and I'm good. Basically, we're just going to take the teleporter again to the south gate of the library or academy, right? And then we got to get over to the blinking thing, whatever on there, the map marker. There's a teleporter there we need to use. Now we'll grab the map right in front of us. And we're going to turn south and go get the grace here real quick. Then we're going to make our way up just like that. Now we've got an illusionary wall here. Now I don't think I showed it, but War Master EG is right to the left of us here. You can buy somber stones from him right now. And we'll do something like that to get to the front of the manor. Well, there he is. And there we go. Pretty important place during the game, of course. This is where you can find lots of NPCs, do some quests and stuff. Big quests. So we'll just run through this place here, avoid all the hands, who do give pretty good drops for somber stones, for 2s I think. Probably some 1s too. But this is the grace. We're going to start this one for the smithing stone 1, 2, and 3 here. Now I like this place just because there's so many of them. You know, a lot of farms you just stay close to the grace and farm a few people or a few enemies, but this place there's just a ton of them, so you get pretty good odds of getting everything you're looking for. And you can kind of hear them coming up, the noise they make. But even when you get to the end, you think that I didn't hear that much noise to see how many that's actually up. Sometimes I'll run around the whole back of the building here and heal up. Now you can just run to the Grace, back to the Grace right there on that, but if you come clear over here to the other one, right around here, get here, and then they'll start spawning over here. And I think there's quite a few more that spawn over here than did on the other way. So I just run past, get them all up again. It's not recommended to do this, of course. You just want to go down and deal with them 2 at a time, 1 at a time, whatever. But I'm just doing this to show you the drops. Is that all of them? Well, time for the montage, because we're almost done. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you found something useful. Good luck out there. And don't forget to check the playlist for the other smithing stone videos. And hopefully nobody fell asleep, but that seems to be the perfect spot to end the video. And so thanks for watching again. But hopefully now you'll know where to get some 2, 3s, and 4s if you want to farm them from enemies.